Hello students, in previous lecture we have studied digital communication system, digital information codes, digital transmission methods. Today we are going to learn about network communications and different type of networks. So what is mean by network communication? A network is an interconnected system that provides communication links among the two or more stations. Each station in a communication network is called as node or user. In network communication, we have to discuss about the communication links that can be established for many to many communication like a cellular phone, a link between many PCs connected in a laboratory, telephone, PBX, cable network, etc. To provide this interconnection or many to many certain technique is used, and that is nothing but network. Okay students? So this network is an interconnected system that provides communication links among the two or more stations. Each station is called as node or user. Now here you can see this diagram. As shown in this figure, there are 4 nodes A, B, C, D with simple communication, and each node is connected with other 3. For example, this D is connected with A, B, C. This C is connected with A, B, D in this way. Okay students? So this station is called as a node, and the communication provided, the way provided in between this node or station is called as link. Okay students? Now let us see types of network. Basically there are 3 types of network. WAN means wide area network, MAN metropolitan area network, LAN local area network. Now let us see one by one in detail. First one, wide area network means WAN. This is a network capable of covering a whole country or state. Students, remember the word whole country or states means the covering area is very large here. Okay students? So I repeat again, a network is capable of covering a whole country or state for communication is called as wide area network. The links may be established by using cables, microwave towers, or maybe satellite links, or it can be combination of 2 or more links. Mostly telephone networks are used for voice communication, but if modems are used at that time, digital data can be transmitted over telephone network. And the example of this wide area network is the railway reservation system, airline reservation system are also computer network, and both these are classified as WAN. So students, remember that in short, this name as name itself implies the coverage area is very wide. Stations are very high in number, hence the name is given here wide area network, or in short we can read WAN. Very common example also here, national telephone system, cellular mobile phone, pager. Okay, so remember in WAN, wide area network means due to area very large, so the name is given here wide area network. Now let us see next one, metropolitan area network means MAN. As compared to previous wide area network, the area covered in this area network is bigger. This is metropolitan area network. In this network, the area covered for communication is smaller than the previous, that is wide area network. So it is a network capable of covering the area smaller than WAN and bigger than LAN. So this is a medium size network. For example, a cable network within a city is an example of MAN. So students, remember, the area covered in this metropolitan area network is smaller than wide area network and bigger than local area network. Okay. So in cable TV system, a cable TV company picks up programs from sources available on satellite and rebroadcasts them via coaxial cables to subscribers or users. So we can say that the area covered here is smaller than wide area network. That's why we can communicate through the links within city. Okay. So the communication is one way and each home is a node in the network. Or we can say that this is a network containing so many nodes located at different locations in a network. So this is known as metropolitan area network. Another common example is pager for this metropolitan area network. Now let us see third type of network, local area network. Simply we call it LAN. This is a network which interconnect multiple stations over a very small area. Okay students? Means the covered area in this network is very small than metropolitan area network. For example, in a computer laboratory in college mostly uses LAN for training the students. LAN contains 10 to 1000 PCs interconnected in an organization with common control and storage. LANs are widely used in companies to connect several offices within same building, or a large mainframe computer is connected to many remote terminals. So students, remember that such type of network is used for smaller area as compared to MAN or metropolitan area. Through this LAN, a large mainframe computer is connected to many remote terminals for communication. Or we can say that this is a common network suitable for efficient computer communications. Instead of using separate hard disks, separate software programs, LAN can provide a common software program accessible to each and every node, a common hardware like printer, hard disk, communications among the nodes, and a common database or files. So another common example of LAN is a computer network is a private organization or company. In that company having many buildings, many departments like accounts, purchase, store, etc. All the departments use computers through LAN to use common data or to get information from any department and to have direct communication through this LAN network. A LAN system consists of many PC terminals, but a common control terminal is controlling this network, and that common terminal is called as server or server computer. So the server can be mini computer or a mainframe. Okay students, in this way these are the three types of networks: wide area network, metropolitan area network, and local area network. In short, we call it WAN, MAN and LAN. Here, one computer is set up as a controller through which other users have access to peripherals. Such units are called servers. Users may communicate with one another by email system. A connection from a LAN to a mainframe computer through a PC is called gateway, and a connection from one land to another is called bridge. Okay, students. Now, the three transmission media used in LAN are twisted pair, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. Now, there are different ways of connecting nodes or stations so as to form a network. There are several popular configurations or arrangements. The configuration or arrangements of connecting various nodes or stations are known as network topologies. But common topologies are of three types. Out of that three, first one is star LAN configuration. Now, as this is a star LAN configuration, its shape looks like a star. This topology of network is much popular in computer LAN network. It is a system containing one common node as a control and many stations connected with the control node in a network like figure of star as shown in this figure. Okay, students? So, as shown in this figure, it consists of a central controller node and each individual nodes. The communication is always takes place through central controlling PC. Each station can establish the communication through the central controlling PC. Means overall communication is controlled with the help of this center controlling PC. Is that clear, students? Now, suppose a communication is to be established, say PC8 to PC4. Students, I repeat again, suppose a communication is to be established between say PC8 and PC4, it has to communicate through this central controlling PC only. Is that clear, students? So, the star configuration is commonly used to connect many terminals and PCs to a larger mainframe or server or mini computer, and each station can establish the communication through this central controlling PC only. The main advantage of this star LAN configuration is very good control. Sharing facility can be provided. If any node fails, the whole system is not disabled or whole system will not disturbed. And we can add few more nodes without causing the time delay. Okay, students? So, due to such advantages, this star LAN configuration is more popular. But it has some disadvantages. Limited number of nodes are possible and slow speed response during heavy use. Now, this second type of configuration is a ring LAN configuration. Students, you can see the shape of this configuration. This LAN configuration is like a ring. So, the name is given here, a ring LAN configuration. As shown in this diagram, there is no central controller PC or there is no central controller station like this star LAN configuration, because each station performs some control functions and all the PCs are connected in such a way to perform a continuous loop as shown in figure. Here you can see each square box. Each square box represents the station as interface circuitry, and each node have ability to recognize their assigned code or address and has a capability to retransmit it. As here, the network is formed by a number of stations with server connected one after other, forming a ring root. Each node receives the data from the ring in sequence, and the data is addressed in order to get the data to the desired node. Okay students, and in this ring topology each node is using a common ring to transmit or receive data. For example, suppose node A, suppose this PC2, okay, we call it node A, and suppose this is node D, okay. Suppose we have to transmit the data from this PC2, that is from node A, to this PC5, that is to the node D. Then it is passed from PC2 to PC3, then from PC3 to PC4, then PC4 to PC5. In this way, the data is transferred from this node A to B, say B, then B to C, and then C to D. Or we can say that from PC2 to PC3, then PC3 to PC4, and PC4 to PC5 finally. And this node at the point PC3 and PC4, or we can say that node at point B or at point C will check the address. If the address given by this PC2 or from node A is transmitted here, and if it is not for them, means it is not for B or C, they retransmit the data to the next neighboring station. Means both these node retransmitting data to this D point or at the point PC5. Is that clear students? So here the direction of sending data is in one direction only. Here are some advantages and disadvantages for ring LAN configuration. As you can see, this is a ring operation. The cost is lowest of all topologies, and the system can be easily expanded. But there are some disadvantages. First is, as the nodes are accessed sequentially, the speed is slow. Means if we have to transmit data from A to this D or from PC2 to PC5, it requires maximum time as compared to this star LAN configuration. So, as the nodes are accessed sequentially, the speed is slow. And as all the nodes are connected in a ring fashion, therefore, if one node fails, suppose if this PC2 to this PC3 fails, the whole system fails. Or we can say that if one station fails, the whole system fails. This is the disadvantage of ring LAN configuration. Now this is third type of LAN configuration, that is bus LAN configuration. Here you can see this is a line called as a bus. In this configuration, as you can see the bus, this topology is more efficient and reliable than the star and ring topology. This topology is also known as multi-point or multi-drop topology, because in this interconnection method, the line you can see, this line is called as a bus. Here you can see all the PCs are effectively share a common cable called as a bus. This bus is nothing but the network, and in this network in which all stations are attached to a common cable. So this is called as a bus, and this network is widely used. Here bidirectional communication allows one station to talk any other station. In this configuration, the sending station sends the message on this bus, so all the stations on the bus receive the message. Is that clear, students? And the bus is available for each node to send its data to each and every computer node if desired. The main advantage of the bus system is that it is much faster than any other LAN configuration. Second, direct communication. Here, direct communication is possible without any control station, because as this bus is bidirectional communication way in the bus LAN configuration. Third advantage is that the failure of one node does not affect the other nodes of the communication. And the next advantage, it can be easily expandable. Now students, we can easily compare with the help of these three diagrams, these three network topology like star LAN topology, ring LAN topology and bus LAN topology or configuration. And with the help of these three diagrams, you can easily recognize some common points, like in this star LAN configuration, whole communication is possible with the help of central controlling PC, while in this ring LAN configuration, the whole communication is possible with the help of this complete closed loop like a ring. And in this third bus LAN configuration, as bus is bidirectional, therefore the communication is bidirectional or it is possible through this bus. Second point, in this star LAN configuration, if one node fails, the whole system will not be disturbed. But in ring LAN configuration, if the one node fails, the whole system collapse. Okay? But in case of this bus LAN configuration, direct communication is possible without any control station like this star LAN and ring LAN configuration, and here failure of one node does not affect the other node's communication. Isn't it, student? So remember all these three diagrams and these three types of configuration: star, ring and bus LAN configuration. And here speed of bus LAN configuration is much faster as compared to star and ring LAN configuration. Okay students, so in this way today we have finished different type of computer networks and different type of network topologies like star, ring and bus. In this way today we have finished chapter number 5th from paper 1. Now this is time for assignment. Assignment number 8 from chapter number 5th, paper 1. Question number 1, write a note on first LAN, second MAN. This question carries 4 marks. Question number 2, what do you mean by network topology? Explain the types of network topologies. This question carries 6 marks. Students, you have to complete this given assignment in your notebook and submit this assignment within 2 days. Okay? So in this way, today we have finished this chapter number 5th from paper 1. In next lecture, we'll start new chapter, chapter number 6 from paper 1. That's it for today. Thank you.